I want to talk about like three things. First of all, we're aware of people in churches or ministries who have a takeover mentality. Often you find that they don't want to do the work it takes to build a ministry, but like to slip in certain way, and they cause dissension, and they try to take over. Also, there are some of us who attend church and feel that we're hidden. So from one angle, you could be in a situation where you might want to take over because you don't like the way the church is run, or you're running a church and you may feel that these people who really are disagreeable are really trying to cause problems. Or you might be in a church that you really want to serve, but because of cliques, and other things going on, you feel that your talents are being smothered. What do you do in that kind of situation? There's the story of a future king of Israel, Joash. And when Joash's father, the king, dies, what happens is that his grandmother decides to kill all her grandchildren, all of her son's children, all of them, except for one. And the prophet at that time and the nursemaid, they secret Joash away, and they hid him. They hid him in a storehouse within the temple. A lot of us feel that we're being hidden in the storehouse of a temple. It could be in our lives, it could be on our jobs, it could be anything. And a lot of us may feel that somehow God is not letting us break forth, or things are just getting in our way. A lot of us may be pregnant with talent, but we feel that we it's just not happening for us. Well, perhaps you're being hidden like Joash. Perhaps you're being hidden for a time. And with Joash's situation, it didn't come a time when he was his best prepared, because he was rescued and crowned king when he was 7 years old. You may have had your best moments at a very young age, and you might feel it's all over. I'm here to tell you that it's not. Or you might find your time has come when you're the most least prepared, and you run away from it. You dodge it. If something is happening to you, and a great thing is happening, a great person's in your life, you're offered a great job, people think the best of you, you're taking a compliment, this is a moment when you're being called forward. God never is going to call you when you're prepared or when you're ready, because it's supposed to be God intends it that He gets the glory. He doesn't want to use you when you think you can do it, because if He does that, then perhaps you become too high and mighty. God wants to use you when it is clear, totally clear, that it's Him doing the job. So Athaliah, on the other hand, people who it's not their time, or when it's not your time, you act on your own flesh, like Moses did at Marah by striking the rock for water and acting as if he did it. If you're a person like Athaliah, if you adopt the Athaliah spirit and you want to take things in your own hand, who knows how many people you might be hurting. She killed her grandchildren all except one, and she took the throne, and it destroyed her. So God may be slowing you down because He doesn't want you to destroy yourself. And if you're a person who doesn't even care if you're destroying people, if you're destroying children, if you yourself might be destroyed, you just want that moment of glory, you're in a very bad spot. Because as with Athaliah, she did the killing, she did all these things, she harmed people, but she was not a good administrator. She only lasted 6 years, and during that time, it was easy to peel away her guard and the government and people from her. So if it's not for you, it's not going to be for you. So just wait your time. Also, this whole idea, that this whole concept, this Bible verse, it also speaks of how we may, of how should I say, of how certain ministries are. So perhaps certain ministries are in a sense killing their children, because they want to keep things a certain way. You may be in a ministry right now in which there are very few children. That means the future is going to be very difficult, because perhaps you want it your way. You're set in your way. When perhaps you just should lively up the music. So in any case, if you want things your way, if you feel you're not having it your way and you're being hidden, if children aren't around you in your ministry, if you're not seeing the fruit of your ministry, I tell you, just wait and let God do it. Remember, Moses' time didn't come until he was in his 80s, and he was really, he just couldn't believe it, but it came. Your time is going to come also. If you're ambitious, don't take what other people have, because be very careful that you're not so rapacious in your approach, because Jesus said that the true hire, the true shepherd is going to come through the gate. Others come over the wall to do harm. Don't come like that. And if you're in a situation where you're doing wrong to get there, stop. If you feel that you're being done wrong and you're being hidden and you can't get done, you're being smothered in the ministry, just hold on and God is going to do it. Or if you feel that you're in a situation where there's no growth, then ask God, then change. And then what I'm trying to say is that when things are not the ways that they're supposed to be is when your worship is not bringing forth fruit, like in the church doesn't have children. These are the three circumstances that I've gotten from it. So we must not carry the Athaliah spirit, tearing down ministries just to have our way. We must not give up all hope if we find ourselves in a situation in which we feel we're not growing. Trust God. He will guide you. He will have a prophet speak to you. He sends you where he needs you to be. He sometimes hides his people until the time is right, like a seed planted in the dirt. And if you're in a ministry in which seems to be no growth, then you ask God what to do. But you never, ever challenge authority, and you never, ever give up hope, because God is able.